get abused online, and mentally it can affect, the mental preparation of these athletes for the next event or for future events. So organizers are deciding to take this measure to protect, I think, it's a good one. And it's also going to help these athletes understand that I'm not alone in this.
Sure.
I have my team, behind me, and I also have the federation, also behind me. It's going to motivate them and always puts them, in good perspective for events mentally, because it's not just your training alone that will make all of the difference for you, in the field of events. Your mental alertness, your psychic goes a very long way to tell how far you will go. We've seen where, athletes news certain stories, about one activity or the other, in a negative trend concerning one athlete, only for you to discover at the end of the day that it is not true. You will discover that from the one of that competition up to the final day of the competition, it will affect, maybe the way the athletes, attacks the gun, for athletics, for example, or maybe the way, the athletes react when he or she has done 20, 30, 40, 50, 120, 150 meters, as the case may be. Because for athletics, for example, you're doing the 200 meters, the 400 meters. I'm not an athlete, but I want to believe that for every 50-meter mark that you achieve, there is how you've programmed yourself, to run.
For that, let's bring you the latest coming from tennis this moment. Former world #1, Simona Halep, has received a white card for Australian Open qualifying. The 33-year-old Romanian was given a 4-year doping ban that was reduced to 9 months this year. Halep, who maintained her innocence after being charged with 2 separate doping offenses, returned to action in Miami in March and last competed on the WTA Tour in October in Hong Kong, where she lost in the first round. The former French Open and Wimbledon champion is ranked 877 in the world. Halep was runner-up to Carlo Wozniacki in the 2018 Australian Open final. She reached the fourth round on her most recent appearance in 2022. Away from that, let's bring you the latest coming from boxing, as it promises to be an exciting one this weekend. It's going to be the bout between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury. And heavyweight Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury have taken different approaches in preparing for their rematch in Saudi Arabia this weekend, especially when it comes to contact with their families. Both men have large families, and Bryson Fury revealed he has not spoken to his wife, Paris, for 3 months while he has been in camp in Malta. Ukrainian Alexander Usyk, who studied 7 years, on the other hand, says he speaks to his own wife and children every day, but has not seen them for 5 months. WBA, WBO, and WBC heavyweight champion Usyk contests his rematch with Fury. They are actually of the fact that they've been training hard, staying away from their families, not being really close to their family. What does it mean? Most of the time we see boxers, whenever they have such a heavy bout like this, they tend to stay away from their family and go to train. Does it have any way of improving or influencing their performance in the ring?
It's just to help them stay more focused, because take you're the heavyweight fighter, the challenger or the champion, and you go for your training in the morning and come back, and only to discover that something has been wrongly placed, at home, and you draw your wife's attention to it, and like, okay, you remove it now since it's, and before you know it, you begin to exchange words. No, you have to quarrel. There will be advantage of this to get the right players, and the season time, if you do your thing, like a child that we know in the family setup and intelligent, and for you to be in the top 3 brackets or top 5 brackets, that were yet to receive the
prize money,
the prize money for last season, for last 2 seasons, even up to early 90s. Most of the clubs that we have in the elite league were private clubs. While I was growing up in the old Bend Estate, we had Flash Flamingos, private. We had Bendel Insurance, we had Leventis United, we have Abiola Bibbs, there was Water Corporation, the DICBs, NEPA, NNPC. Lots of them privately